welcome to Behind the Story, where we learn the story behind the story. I'm Naomi Craig, historical fiction author of Rahab's Courage.
And my name's Lisa Renee from the Collaborative Press, where we help authors self-publish, and I also write contemporary romance. So last week we had Meredith Reesky. I hope I'm saying it right this time. I think I am. And we have a winner for All Arranged. It's an awesome, fun rom-com. So the winner will be in our show notes. So check out if your name is there. Just quickly before we get started, Naomi, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, well, I finished implementing all of the critique partner's advice into my Ezekiel book, and I needed to take a break. I started out with was really tired, didn't sleep well the night before, so I was trying to stare at my computer, and you know how productive that is when you've got. So I just switched gears. I did productive things. You don't have to actually be creative to be productive. You can work on marketing or whatever. But since then, I have been working on making sure I have a layout of Solomon's Temple, because I want to make sure that as much as possible, I'm historically accurate with where I'm sending which gate I'm sending them out of and which gate they're coming in and all that. So some of the things I have to fill in, but I found this really cool, I think it's a home design thing that you can download.
Oh yeah.
And you can make your own rooms and buildings. So I'm trying on that. So trying to assemble all the information I've learned. So yeah, so today I'm gonna skip over Lisa, what she's working on, because she is actually our special guest today. We are celebrating her newest release of No Filter. Lisa is from Western Australia. She is a member of American Christian Fiction Writers and Omega Writers Australia. Lisa adores babies enough to have 7 of her own. Recently, Lisa has taken up breeding ragdoll cats instead of breeding humans. The tribe lives in Australia, where Lisa and her husband enjoy their writing projects and publishing. And today, like I said, we are celebrating her 4th release of No Filter. Lisa, welcome officially to the show.
Hey, everybody. So great to be here.
We're going to start this off with a little bit of a twist tonight. As a critique partner of Lisa's, I've come across some words, some phrases, some Australianisms that have a different meaning in the US. And as Lisa writes mainly for the US American audience, we have to keep her on track sometimes. I'm just saying. So we're going to do a little segment of Aussie versus US words and phrases, and we'll see how this goes. So if I was out to get rid of weeds in my yard, what tool would you be using, Lisa?
A whippersnipper.
And in the US,
whip, snip, snip, snip. I did not think it was a weird name until it was picked up, and like, what's a whippersnipper? You guys were like, and the American one is?
The American one is weed whacker. So I don't know. They're both descriptive.
I think they're both a bit strange, a bit wacky.
A bit weed wacky. So what if you were going to a fair and you got like pink, fluffy, sugar whipped. I'm trying to say it without
fairy floss.
How fun.
Oh, that's really, I'm just thinking about it now. So what, a fairy flosses their teeth with this stuff, it's all stringy. The fairies.
You need to floss. You need the fairies to floss after.
You would need a floss after having fairy floss. You would need a fairy to get rid of all that sugar in your teeth.
I don't know if ours is any better. We call it cotton candy. So I guess it kind of looks like a cotton ball.
Yeah.
Pink cotton ball. All right, let's talk about if we're getting into our car. What is the front of the car called?
The bonnet.
The bonnet. Like, I'm just going to put on it.
I know. Sounds like an English hat, old-fashioned hat.
That's right. We would call it the hood. So I guess that's also headwear, right?
Yeah, it's a hoodie. Yeah.
How funny. And then
And
the back part of the car
is
is
the boot.
and we call that the trunk.
Chuck it in your boot. What's in your boot? That sounds really funny to you guys. Like socks. My foot's in my boot. But yeah, the other day, because I'm writing, I always write trunk and stuff. But the other day, I said to my husband, "Oh, it's in the trunk." And he said, "Did you realize you just said trunk, Ben?" I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh,
So,
we're rubbing off on you.
oh dear me! I just convert, get dual citizenship, and let's get it over and done with.
There you go. Dual citizenship through literature, people. You've heard it first here. And what if you were changing your baby's soiled undergarments? What is that called?
Nappy.
A nappy. And we call it a diaper.
Does nappy mean anything in the US?
No.
No.
Well, like I think it might be spelled differently, but nappy would be like, ooh, your hair's kind of ratty. Like, ooh, you look kind of nappy today. Like, kind of just
like you've had a nap and you didn't brush
like
your
maybe your hair's crazy. Your makeup.
So if we said nappy, you would know you've heard it being used in British terms.
I've heard it, but I've toured with people and been with people who are not American. So I feel like I have, I don't know, maybe it is from TV. I don't know.
Well, we have more American TV than Australian.
How funny. That actually, so Meredith Rescue was asking if we had, I'm going to just slip this in here. She asked if we had Australian TV over here besides the Wiggles.
You have McLeod's Daughters. Is that Australian? That's Australian. I don't watch TV. So.
I don't watch a whole lot of TV either, so I'm kind of at a loss there.
Neighbours, Home and Away back in the day, long time ago. You didn't, yeah. Kylie Minogue.
I watched even less TV than when I was little. But I mean, I can think of like this might be very stereotypical, but Steve Irwin had his animal. I don't remember what his show was, and then his kids are doing
Bindi. Yeah.
Bindi and his son, who looks like him. They're doing something, but I'm not very cultured.
Yeah.
So if you're American and you know of any other Australian TV shows, write that in the comments below, because I'm the wrong person to ask as far as that goes.
Yeah, let me know what you guys have over there.
How funny. All right, so let's get back into this. If you were to get a round sweet dessert from your kitchen and it had chocolate chips in it, what would that call? What would you call
a biscuit?
A biscuit. Cookie is ours. Cookie is yours.
Yeah. We know of the Cookie Monster, but that's Sesame Street. That's the setting looks like English, like cold and that, but it's actually in America, isn't it? I grew up watching Sesame Street.
Did you?
And the
Cookie Monster. Assume it's in America, but you can get a lot of different diversities within America. I'm sure within your states too, but
yeah,
there's a lot of. It's not from my part of America. I don't know. It's probably just a set, right? And Hollywood, or wherever they film.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what we're known for is Hollywood. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay, what about if you were getting a hamburger or a fast food or takeout?
The chips that we call them chips, and we have like fish and chips as well, like the big fat chips. So hot chips is just chips, and the crisps that you buy in a packet, dried ones, we still call them chips as well.
They're both chips. Anything with a potato is a chip.
Yep. Potato.
Yeah, so fish and chips that's a pretty common thing.
You guys say that?
Yeah. I mean, I think we borrowed it, but that is a common phrase.
English, yeah, like from England. I love the fish and chips.
I love the fish and chips. If you're in Australia and you don't know, in the US we call it fries. I don't know, maybe because they're fried in oil.
Would you like fries with that?
Would you like fries with that? Yeah.
Would you like fries with that? Yeah, I think
Exactly.
they don't say, do you want chips with that? I think they do say fries. McDonald's will not budge on calling them.
McDonald's is American. No
Fries.
matter where they
You
are.
want fries with that?
You want fries with that.
Yeah.
So what if you royally mess something up? What do you say?
When we've messed something up?
It's down to from.
Well, we call it a stuff up.
Okay.
I've stuffed up. I've stuffed up big time.
Screw up is our term. That's funny.
Oh.
And this one's just fun. What do you call candy on a stick, or any candy?
Lollies. Yeah. So lollies. Is that, and we do lollipop, which you guys do as well, apparently, according to Google, because I Googled that when I was writing. Because it said lolly in it. And I was thinking, it wouldn't be candy stick, candy pop. But yeah, so that was good. We can agree on something there.
Do you call the ones on a stick, do you call them lollipops, or do you call them? Yeah,
we call them lollipops. And my kids start saying candy because they do like watching YouTube. They've got YouTube people they follow and stuff. Okay. And we're Australian. We eat candy.
We say lolly in this house. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, really? You look like a stunned mullet.
A stunned mullet.
I do not know what that means other than maybe a mullet, the fish, and the fish is got his eyes bulging. I do not know. I assume. I don't. Do you guys have that mullet like the back of their hair?
The hair.
Like MacGyver in the 80s.
Just the long in the back of the hair is called a mullet, and it's like shaved up, or that's like a regular haircut.
It's come back a bit in fashion with teenagers. It's like, oh my goodness, they think it's cool having a mullet. You look ridiculous. No offense to any viewers if your husband has a mullet. Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe right now.
She doesn't like mullets. Oh dear.
That's funny. What about school? If I had so my child is just about to go into middle school, which is seventh. Year seventh.
Yeah, seventh. Yeah. Grade. So we call it grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You have like primary school.
We say year 1, year 2. Yeah, we say year 1 and 2 now, and then it goes up to when they're 12 years old. So yeah, up to year 6, and then 7, from year 7 to 12 is high school. Okay. So when they're 12 years old to 17, they're in high school. It's just all high school. We don't say senior or anything like that. And then you go to TAFE, technical college, or university after high school's finished. So when you're 18, you go to uni. Yeah. What about you? I have had to look this up sometimes, and I had to use it with polarized light. I had to put sophomore, and so what's sophomores?
So sophomore is like year 10, and freshman is year 9. So we typically divide. So there's elementary, goes up to year 6, and then high school starts at year 9. So 7 and 8 are called middle school.
All right. Yep. Yeah.
So
cool. Well, let's do these next few. You just say the word and I'll say the Australian term.
Okay. Sweater.
Jumper.
Bathing suit.
Bathers. And the other side of Australia, swimmers on the East Coast, apparently. But we say bathers.
Soda.
Fizzy drink.
Friend.
Mate. And we're going to get Naomi to say mate, because I love when Americans try to say mate. Oh, it just tickles me. On this thing.
Might.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Did I slaughter it?
I love it. Just say it one more time.
Get on you, mate.
Yes, awesome. You did a great job. You must have been practicing. You're my friend. Back in the South. You all come over now.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, I know. I know it's all not that. There's some really strong accents, and then you've just got your mediocre American ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to study that as well. Some characters, I try to find one where they didn't have a very strong accent. So Nebraska, with my second book, Acres of Promise, she's from Nebraska originally. And then San Diego I used for Polarized Love and No Filter. So
yeah.
So I didn't have to write you all and all that kind of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Sweet tea and all that. Just keep it simple.
McDonald's. Sorry, not McDonald's. McDonald's. I don't even know how to say.
Macca's. We get some Macca's.
Afternoon.
Arvo.
Arvo.
That sounds British. Not Arvo.
Arvo.
Arvo. I'll see you in the Arvo.
It was actually Sarah Beth was asking, does anybody ever confuse you with your accent with British?
No.
You ever had that? No.
See,
it's something I've noticed is your O, like on no, would almost says like the I sound or the Y from boy, but it's really soft, like no. Like,
I love it. I just love it. It sounds so funny you being Australian. You're doing a great job. No. That's how you say no.
I'll pay at McDonald's.
Will you? Are you cheapskate? My shout. It's my shout.
My shout. Like that. Sausage.
Snagger. Chuck a snagger on the Barbie.
So this is like a Barbie, Barbie
barbecue.
Sausage. Not necessarily like a breakfast.
Do you guys use barbecues much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call it a grill. So in the US, you have sometimes barbecue refers to what you're grilling on, and sometimes there is like a whole culture, a barbecue culture, and it varies from culture to culture because that's like the smoking of the meat and the sauce, and like you get into Texas, and I don't remember where else was really big on that, but
yeah.
That's what I put on the chicken or whatever on the grill.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that fits in, but
so your outdoor cooking thing, you call it a grill.
I call it a grill.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We call it a barbecue. Yeah. Or Barbie for nickname.
A Barbie.
Keep trying. And I did have this one in one of my stories and I had to change it. So yeah, what's the American term?
Oh, for prankster.
Larrikin.
Larrikin.
You're a bit of a larrikin. He's a bit of a larrikin.
It almost sounds like you're going Irish there.
It is more British, yeah. It is more British.
Funny.
And there was a couple of others. Naomi sent me a link. Cactus, meaning I'm just cactus. I'm feeling cactus right now. I'm really tired. I'm so stoked that I got that job. So really excited.
I'm so excited.
And tall poppy syndrome is the thing we call in Australia when stereotype of us is that we pull people down if they're being too successful. we call it the tall poppy syndrome, where people put down people who are making it well and all that kind of stuff. We like to be humble and we're proud of it. No dramas, no worries. No worries, mate. No worries. No dramas. No drama at all. So we're very easygoing, laid back people. How's it going? How's it going, love? How's it going means how are you?
Do you normally do how's it going, or do you say how you going, or are they interchangeable?
pretty much how's it going.
How's it going?
Yeah, so it's really how is it going? How's it going?
How's it going? That was more British. I apologize to the British and the Australian people who are watching.
It's not British at all. Spit the dummy. I spit the dummy is when someone chucks a tantrum like an adult. Oh, he spat the dummy big time. And pull your head in sort of means like get your act together.
I love it. So Meredith also wanted to know if we eat Vegemite and Tim Tams here in the US, and I don't think that Vegemite has a very good reputation here.
Oh, mate.
I'm sorry.
It's gross. Now, what happens is people try Vegemite and they put it on thick like jam. And I think Americans like lots of mayonnaise. They like lots of spreads and butter and stuff or whatever they're putting on.
Yeah.
But Vegemite's very strong. It's concentrated. It's concentrated vegetable puree sort of thing. It's like can use it for stock for your soups.
Oh, wow.
I do use it sometimes. But there's some other brands which are a bit sweeter and not so strong, Promite or Marmite, different versions of it. But yeah, you've got to put it on more butter and just a little tiny bit of Vegemite. And then it tastes okay. It's like a savory.
But it's like a mayonnaise type spread, or
it's black thick tar. It's a salty flavor. So yeah, gotcha. I do not like Vegemite. We do not have Vegemite in this household, but we have Promite, which is a bit better version.
The milder version.
Yeah.
And now I have heard of a Tim Tam Slam. So I'm trying to remember where I heard that, but
it was in one of my books. Oh no, you wouldn't have read that one. Tim Tam Slam is this when they bite the corner of the biscuits and dip it into a hot chocolate drink and slip. You suck the liquid in and then it melts and pretty full on.
I must have heard about that in my travels, but I don't believe we have any of those. We have other type biscuits, but not an actual Tim Tam. I'm sorry.
Oreos are very big over here now. That's an American thing, isn't it?
Yeah, very American. Oh, good. Well, your latest release comes out on June 22nd. Tell us the premise for No Filter.
Okay, so No Filter has a character called Melissa Turner, and she's actually in book 1 in the beginning of the series. So she was 19 then. She fell pregnant and went to her old youth mentor, Cassie, and asked her if she could help her out and take her to the abortion clinic. And so in book 1, Cassie talks her out of it, talks her into at least fostering or adopting, just don't rush into this. And, and so anyway, Melissa, through that experience, and by the end of the book, she comes back to God and she decides to keep her child. So big spoiler there, but the story is on Cassie and Chris, their relationship in book 1, more than a second chance. And Melissa pokes her head in book 3, Polarized Love. She's Beth's housemate, and she's still quite a bit sassy, but she's got her act together and dedicated mum. But she's still got a bit of an attitude. Quick with her mouth, no filter. And then I decided, let's give her a full redemptive story. So she's back with God. She's enjoying life, content and all that, but she is very, she has a prejudice against men because of her relationship with her dad. Her dad is very controlling, has a personality disorder. So, and you'll see in book 1, it's pretty full on, like some of the stuff he tries to do and stuff. So the dad isn't involved in this story in No Filter, but that's the backstory of why she's sort of a bit jaded towards men. And then along comes this guy, Chance. She gets this opportunity to be a photographer in America. From the characters in Polarized Love have their relations over there, and they say, why don't you come for a holiday and they can pay for your flights in exchange for you doing the photography for the wedding. So she meets up and she works with Chance, who's a videographer, and they clash at first, but he is much more relaxed, easygoing. He's a single parent and she's very serious and has a certain way, and she's very close to love, basically. And obviously it's going to be complicated. He lives in the US and she's got her life set up in Australia. So yeah. But it's sort of got a bit of a rom-com sort of style to it because of Chance's personality and the clash that they have at the wedding, you know, trying to work together, and some incidences happen, and yeah.
Yeah, but then he proves himself. He's not just reckless, and he's not just, he does care, and he is mindful and cautious, but in a different way. So he's very redemptive. Here's a picture of No Filter. I love the cover. It's fun. It suits it perfectly. How do you pick your covers? Because are you doing this all yourself?
I do like to do the covers myself, but I do have help by my husband, who is has graphic design skills. So he's got all the whole Adobe Photoshop suite. So I'll pick the images and stuff, and then he does the special effects for me because he's a lot quicker. But I am learning. I can watch YouTube and learn to do it. But yeah, so I like these days, from my first experience of doing book one, now I find the characters' pictures first. It's much easier to just have that in your mind, and as you're writing their description and that kind of stuff. So I found this, you know, with a photo with a camera. Let's just search photographer couple or something. And this looked like a fun image. Now it's her laughing and he's sort of like caught off guard because he's giving a piggyback. So I actually wrote a whole scene to suit the image. So I like to sort of have that. So yeah, he's bringing out her fun side. And so there's a whole story of why is she on his back, piggyback.
Yeah.
So that was fun to write.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I think that would work really well, because if you're writing the story first and you already have this character built in your mind, then what are the chances you will find the picture to exactly match that, and that it'll be available to use on stock photos for sure. So where are your books set? For those who haven't read anything of yours, where are they set, and how do you I mean, it's probably a spoiler, but how do you write about the US if you've not been there yet yourself?
Yeah, so originally I wrote my first book set in Australia completely, and Australian characters. So Chris, the chef, was Australian originally. And then we had a guest speaker in one of our Australian conferences, Steve Lobby. And he said, when a publisher looks at it, or you know, they would say probably 40% less sales if it's set in a different international location. Americans like to have some connection, whether it's in America or has some American characters. So I got my critique partner, Gwen, to go through the manuscript again. I mean, I changed it as well, but she just went through it and just made Chris make sure he's speaking American terms. So we had to change it to mom. Well, M-O-M, that's how we write it anyway, not how you say it. Mom. Mom. We say mum, M-U-M. Say mom. That's a British.
Mom.
Yeah.
Mom.
Are you trying to say Australian? No, I want you to say American.
No, I'm trying to say American, but I'm
very confused.
Mom.
Just think of your nagging kid's voice.
Mom!
When you're in the toilet. That's another term. We say toilet, not bathroom. I'm going to the toilet.
But
we just tell everyone what we're doing.
Toilet, which is what you...
Are you doing number one or number two? No. Because I won't go in there if you're doing number two.
That's right. You clean it.
Back to our question, what we were talking about.
So how do you
I made, and also Chantel from book 2 was in book 1, so I had to change her to American because I need an American character for book 2. So I made her backstory. She's from Nebraska, but she's living in Australia. So just having that connection, you know, an American character. And then book 3, I actually visited San Diego. So it started off in my hometown, sort of Fremantle, or well, the coast where I am, Perth. And we started off at Rottnest Island with doing something, sort of show off our a bit about us and a bit of tourism there. Naomi wanted to come. I convinced her so much that's so great place to visit. She asked me, do you do tours? Do you get stuck doing tours for people? No, it's not. People don't want to fly all the way to Perth. It's so far away. That's why it's sort of untouched and so still so clean and beautiful. But anyway, so yeah, the characters, she goes to San Diego. And so we've got some scenes. So how I investigate is I just watch lots of YouTube videos, and it's amazing. There are these people that just put up these YouTube videos of just walking through the mall with their phone. You don't see them. They don't say anything. You just hear all the sounds, the shops, and like they'll just like, or even driving down the street. Yeah, they've just got their car filming. So I can just see the streets of California, LA, whatever, wherever I want to go. And so I can hear the noises. I can see the shop names. Yeah, so one of the scenes where Lachlan's mum takes Beth in Polarized Love, like, yeah, I just walked through it. I described the outdoor setting, the chairs, all the big sculpture features, everything. So yeah, I get quite detailed in that. And people probably think I'm really great at doing settings and scenes, but I just get a visual, watch the video, and try to put it into words.
Well, I guess that gives validation for those people who are just walking around videoing, because you never know when a writer will use it in their book. So continue with your random videos. There is a good purpose there. So you also, in spite of all, in addition to writing and mothering and doing Behind the Story, you also run the collaborative press. So how do you and your team help indie authors? What sort of services do you offer through collaborative press?
Yeah, so I've been doing the indie journey myself and self-publishing. I know how to format and all that, and get critique partners, editors, services that I might not do myself. And yeah, so I've made some contacts over the years, and I decided I had a lot of people who are just starting to write, and they might be older as well, and they're not as computer savvy as some, and they find it quite overwhelming. They've already having to learn how to write the craft and redo everything, and it's quite overwhelming. And then they finish that, and then they've got to market their book. They've got to format it, or how do I publish my book, and which options do I go to? So we give a lot of free advice, but then we have contracted services. So we have some editors. What we usually do is they give us 1,000 words sample, and we get 2 different editors do an edit, and they get to choose which one they like. So Tabitha is one of our editors. So it does seem like the guys sort of go with our male editor and the women go with a female editor. So we've got a few choices. Like Tabitha's got a bachelor in creative writing, and we have another one that's an English teacher as well. So yeah, and then graphic design, formatting, whatever they sort of need.
And websites too now, aren't you offering?
Yeah, we're doing, Sarah's helping out with websites and marketing as well. We do very affordable marketing for people just getting off the ground. So we're working with people who've got limited budgets. It's sort of, it doesn't mean you're getting less of a service. It's just, you know, these people, these editors are just willing, they understand people are on the budget and they're just starting out, and they're charging, you know, just a reasonable amount to cover their time and stuff. But yeah, so we have lots of services, people wanting to build their platform, getting subscribers, and just giving lots of free advice as well.
Yeah, and it is, I can speak to, it's very helpful. Lisa formatted my freebie novella, and I know I've recommended people to her a lot, but it seems like you're getting an excellent price, you're at a valuable service, and people really will get a lot of value from your site, from what you offer.
Yeah, we're starting a new thing now, the Collaborative Press e-magazine, and so authors can submit article, 500 words, 1,000 words, just something inspiring, interesting about reading some books, something they would put in their own newsletter, but they might not have much of an audience yet, and so we're willing to them to use our audience. They can put their links, promote their book if they're submitting something. And then we have some paid services if they want a book spotlight. They don't want to do an article for us. So they can pay for some services like an interview on our website and be sent out to our subscribers. So
excellent. Excellent. So what is coming up next for you? What's after No Filter?
Well, I'm just going to go right into the rom-com and just amp up the humor in my books. So No Filter was quite a lot of fun, but you can make it even more fun if you've got a trope that lends itself to that. Mm-hmm. So I'm choosing some tropes that are awkward situations. And so we've got the rom-com sort of covers now with the graphics, sort of cartoonish sort of style. So, and the title as well is just obvious what the trope is. So my novella is Fake Engagement Mistake. And that's free to my subscribers, but people can buy it on Amazon if they don't always subscribe. So yeah, that's a short novella, but lots of fun with these a couple that they've grown up together, known each other forever, and
so if you can see this is this is Fake Engagement Mistake, and it's got that real fun feel to it. You can tell that's kind of what Lisa was talking about with kind of going towards the genre. It kind of, when you look at this book, it's going to be a fun, lighthearted, funny type of thing. You can tell by what's happening on the cover. So well done on that.
So that's just an intro to the actual Clear Creek County setting and some characters that are actually going to be in the series. So I've already written Fake Identity at Stake. It's a witness protection theme, and that was quite fun. So it starts off with enemies to lovers sort of scenario, but also it's got the witness protection where she nearly gets caught out with her identity quite a few times. So that's a bit of a theme, and so lots of funny situations. And so that's the first book, and that will be out in August. But I'm sort of just building a new audience with the rom-com. So I've got the free novella out, and then while I write book 2, and we'll see how we go. I might get that out October, November.
Yeah, so because when I saw it, it was a different name, but fake, say that again, the Fake
Identity at Stake.
So that's going with the trope, just to do a clarifier, that's kind of like what you come to expect. Like, you can automatically tell what's going to be happening with a fake identity here. Okay, all right, I know what I'm getting into. Or if you said something about his family for Christmas, that's like a trope. Like, that this cowboy is going to get his family or whatever. So a trope is kind of not the storyline, but it's kind of it's not even a theme. It's just, it kind of predicts what's going to be happening in the.
Some people love tropes. They love, like I do. I like modern day of convenience marriage. So marriage of convenience. If I'm reading historical fiction, that's fun. It's an awkward situation, and it's nice. How they end up falling in love. They're modern day ones. They're not as common, but they are coming out more. And so the fake engagement or fake marriage is lends itself, but it's a bit funny, like fake marriages is usually not as common in real life, realistic, but engagement or dating. So my third one is going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be something to do with fake double date. And so there's a story, you have to sort of know what's going on with Ethan in book 2, book 1, and then so there's going to be a setup there with a fake double date.
Oh, excellent. That sounds awesome. Congratulations on your new release. Tell us quickly what your website is and how viewers can get a hold of you.
Okay, so it's Lisa Renee, RENEE, author.com, lisareneeauthor.com. And you'll find the newsletter subscription for the novella, or it's /newsletter. But you can download it from my website.
Excellent. And that was for Fake Engagement Mistake, that you can download for free by signing up to Lisa's newsletter. You can also sign up for the Collaborative Press. We've got lots of fun stuff over there. Take a look over there. If you're going indie, you're definitely going to want to at least look at what Lisa offers. Great value there. You can also, in the show notes, I'll have my novella for you to download. It is biblical fiction. It's called On Desolate Heights, and it is the story of Balaam and his talking donkey. So that's a lot of fun. Lisa is offering a chance to win a box set, a digital box set of the first 3 books in the Single Again series. So it's a great prize. Yeah, so thank you for sharing with us your your Aussieisms and being a good sport on that. And
thanks for having me. And thanks to the editor that edits this video for us. Thank you. Oh, sorry, that's tall poppy syndrome. I just calmed down.
Tall poppy syndrome. What was the put your head down? Put your head down.
Yeah.
What is the one? The mind your own business.
Pull your head in.
Pull your head in.
Yeah, there's a bit of a blend of Pommy and
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, awesome. I love it.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight. Until next time, let us run with endurance the race set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Thanks for joining us.
So thank you again for joining us today on Behind the Story with Naomi and Lisa. Don't forget to click on the links and subscribe to our YouTube channels, and you'll keep up to date with our author interviews. Have a great week. God bless.